All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain of the Movie Shoehorn podcast speaking. A lot of you might have had a lot of chat about what kind of captain or podcast host I might be. But I'm here to tell you that even though I didn't know your last podcast host, that I know you better than he ever did. Because I've done all your jobs. I promise you I can do them better than you, too.
Say it, Gerard Butler.
I've cleaned the deck. I've manned the torpedo tubes. Fixed the water pipes leaking.
The water pipe.
I've been down here my whole life. I missed the last 37 Super Bowls. Literally. I've never met 4 of my children. Okay, that's how.
Oh, Wyatt.
I don't get pictures because I'm in the water. All right. So, but none of that really matters because we are here to rescue our brothers and to talk about Hunter Killer.
Brother.
Be sure on podcast.
Why take us through why you decided to pick this movie?
Well, to be honest, it's a mixture of multiple things. It's a mixture of I was a bit drunk. Also, this movie kicks fucking ass. Also, it's kind of like I'm sick of your guys' picks, and I wanted to throw a screwball in this and have some fun for once, because all these shit have been downers.
God forbid.
Well, I can
God
tell
forbid.
you, Laura was definitely on board. She said, finally a decent movie. She was loving it.
True.
But
Go
I
ahead.
felt like this was a network TV movie.
Sure, I get that.
I get it, yeah.
I didn't
The Gerard
hate it.
Butler
I
movie.
I didn't hate it. Well, there's a couple of Gerard Butler movies I like.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble thinking of any. But,
I mean, you
um,
talk
How about
about
300? How about 300?
well, yeah, 300. But
law-abiding citizen.
Yeah,
Gladiator.
law-abiding citizen.
no, not
I don't know.
Gladiator. He's not a Gladiator.
No, I actually like Greenland. I think Greenland.
yeah, that's the
okay.
one. No, Greenland is the one I was thinking of. Greenland is good.
Like, this movie was just to me. It was just like it just was so perfectly paced. It was just fun. It was just endless. Like, oh shit, this is happening. Oh fuck. So no, of course it's not fucking Eastern Promises. Fuck whatever. It's not some award-driven movie. But I feel like that's all we've been really doing so far. Is like people are just picking those type of movies. And I'm not saying this was anywhere near a highly rated movie, but I think it's underrated. I think it's underrated, and it would have gone kind of like how Joe Glass dropped that submarine down onto the bottom. It would have gone under. You would have never seen it at surface level because you're so. But Travis, this was Top Gun underwater. If you think about it, kind of.
See, you know what? Actually, that's funny that you say it because I was thinking.
Oh, baby boy.
Oh, there's Zachy
Yeah.
boy finally making his appearance on the shoehorn.
Hunter Killer himself.
All right.
All right, but hold on. Let me finish this thought real quick. All right. This was my main problem with the movie. I'm not on camera here. What am I doing? I got Top Gun vibes from this movie. I got like Lone Survivor vibes. It felt like a lot of movies, but I like all of those other movies better than I like Hunt for Red October. It felt like a splice of a bunch of movies, but not as well done as those movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't necessarily pick this movie because it was well done. I picked it because, like I said, it's fun, and I'm sick of this dark landscape you've cast upon our podcast.
We watched Nick Cage movie 2 weeks ago.
That movie, exactly. So, but that was kind of like still a well-received movie. This movie wasn't well-received, and maybe it wasn't the greatest movie, but there were some aspects to it that I think were entertaining. And I loved just fucking Gerard Butler. To me, this was Gerard Butler in his element. He was perfect for this role. He was pretty good. Like, for him, sometimes I don't know, it just worked for me. Gary Oldman was a perfect little fucking asshole. Common was off. Common's not good. It's unfortunate you got to use Common. I don't get how he gets so many roles. Good for him, but yeah.
That was one of my notes. Is why the hell was Common an admiral in the Navy?
Yes, sir.
In the Navy.
Because he's made several rap albums. He's very tenured.
Well, but
Yeah.
plus, here's another thing I didn't understand. They set up this whole thing like I selected Joe Glass, and he's a captain. He's never been to Annapolis, but they never like pay that off. They never say like they know each other, how they know each other. Do they? I mean, that's just totally
Who?
forgotten about.
Who?
In the beginning, Common is like, Gary Oldman's like, who's the new captain? And Common's like, no, I got a guy. I know him. He's legit. And what class of Annapolis did he go to? He didn't go to no Annapolis.
That's right. That's
But
why.
Right.
But
Why
then
would he know
they
him
never
then?
like delve into that, like, and then they're calling, and he calls Common a war hero, and there's obviously some kind of connection between
you're
him
just
and Joe
supposed to
Glass, but
assume.
they never tell you what it is.
Not enough time.
They were on that ship together that they referenced a couple times, like with the
Tell him,
plane.
Eric. Give it
They
to him.
said that Common was on that.
Well, I don't know, but I'm guessing that's their.
Hey,
question.
Joe
Yeah, you're
Glass.
guessing.
Hey,
But no, I
Joe
agree.
Glass
I
has
agree.
seen it all.
I agree. That was a question I had. I wasn't because I watched this. I normally watch these, like yesterday on Wednesday, the night before, but I watched this on like Sunday, so I couldn't remember if they explained it. But yeah, that was a question I had too. Like, where did he come from, other than picking him up from bow hunting in the fucking Alps? I don't know.
Yeah.
This is
Seriously.
typical. And also, this was like it was like you said, it was like what the hell is that movie with Mark Wahlberg and Lone Survivor?
Lone
It was like
Survivor.
Shooter. It was like kind of like Shooter,
Yeah.
and it's in terms of like picking a guy out of obscurity. I don't know, but yeah, dude, I know. After I picked it, like the day after, I was kind of like, why the fuck did I pick that? But then I watched it again and was like, this movie is kind of like, it's kind of awesome for what it is. Like, and that's what this is about. You can rate it a 10 like you usually do, or you can't, Travis. It's up to you. Give it a 10.
You're not gonna like my rating. It's not a 10 today.
I want to know your wife's rating. She sounds like she knows movies.
She would give it a pretty high
I
rating.
gotta tell you, I hate to be the contrarian always, but I absolutely love this movie. This is another great.
Why is
watch.
that contrarian?
That was called a misdirection, Ben.
You got me.
I had a great time. This is why this is perfect, because these are the kind of movies that I never watch. Like, I've never seen Top Gun. I have seen Lone Survivor. I think that's a good call, Travis. Like with the land guys, and I like that we were underwater, but we're also above land. It was a good little tag team recon mission. I just had a lot of fun watching this. I actually thought the production was pretty amazing. Considering
6 shots.
Considering that I really believe, like, I'm sure that was a real submarine that we were in, or I don't know if that was a set, but it seemed pretty damn realistic. There was a lot of good special effects. Like, I really felt like everything they were going for, like, I didn't have to really suspend my belief.
I love this guy so
The
much.
only thing that I thought was kind of like, and the thing is, I don't think this is supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be like a popcorn fun movie, and that's exactly what it was. The only thing that I thought was a little weird, and I think I understand why they did it, was that the Russian president was just like some white guy that was not Russian at all.
Spoke English.
But that
Spanish.
did that on purpose, so we because you're supposed to kind of like care for him versus the guy who starts the coup, who is like a legit Russian.
That guy was scary. He looks like Gollum.
Yeah, but so like, why wouldn't
He plays the Russian guy in the new Jack Ryan season. He's
Does
just
he?
like the standard
Who?
Russian guy.
You think they did that on purpose? Because
Who?
like the
Durov, the bad guy.
Yeah.
bad guy.
The
President was
one
more like an
that
American.
performed the coup.
Yeah.
Coup
I
man.
didn't recognize that guy.
No, Eric, like Eric said with the special effects, remember when they skydove through the lightning storm? Like there was some sick shots.
Didn't look cheesy. It never felt cheesy, and like that's why I don't like these kind of movies sometimes. It's because it's like overdone. But
Do you
I
know
thought-
why it didn't look
it was
cheesy?
pretty
It's
good.
because they consulted with the U.S. Navy for the entire thing.
Like
Boy.
I could definitely tell,
Makes
like they
sense.
weren't just going off their own script. Like there was some thought put into this movie. I like the actors. Like you said, Common. I don't understand how he gets these roles either.
Yeah, that
I
was.
thought Gary Oldman was sick. I didn't know that was him at first. Like, I
What
forgot.
are you doing? It's Oldman.
He had some good.
like that main Marine guy was great.
Yeah, he was kind of at first like, and the only character I didn't like is, and it's kind of stereotypical like archetype character, was the XO guy, the guy who's
Yeah,
always
they kind of made it that
having
way.
decisions
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? We can't do this, blah blah. Like, but that's
You're gonna
that's
get
always-
court-martialed.
I want to see Nick. I want to see Nick do that in his shower because he's just sweating the whole time. I want to see Nick. What are you? We can't, Joe. What are you crazy? You're gonna. Yeah, dude.
We're gonna run into a wall.
So what are you
I'll
saying?
I'll piggyback off Eric's and say that I also very much enjoyed this film. I had not seen it before, and I am quite a big fan of Gerard Butler. I've seen most of his work.
His work.
300 changed my life.
That's a big bounty hunter fan.
He does. He loves the bounty hunter.
And so I just the one thing that got me was like they jumped right into it. There was like 2 minutes of quiet and then boom, action. And they really didn't like step out of it for more than a few moments, like talking, and then they were right back in it. I felt like tense watching it because it was a lot like Nope. It was just a movie that kept you on the edge of your seat the entire time. And I think that Wyatt probably should get credit for picking some of the best movies so far.
Well, I said this is probably my second favorite one. I think.
What
See,
did
I
you
was
pick?
scared.
Nope,
I
and
was
this,
scared
and
when
what
I
else?
picked
Have you picked a
So
third?
he picked
Those are the best two for me.
Everywhere All at Once, but you guys didn't like that. I did. I thought
Yeah.
Anyone could have picked that. No discredit to him.
Yeah.
So, I'm in the
I
boat.
like this. This was off the wall. I never even fucking heard of it. I thought
Yeah.
it was gonna be a garbage Netflix watch.
I watched it on a whim. I was just like, fuck it.
Zach, I
there's
told you.
there's
watch
like
it.
there's like an added level of suspense
Okay.
being underwater in a submarine too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like anything like if
It's
you just try for a
badass as
second
shit.
to put yourself in the mindset of how would you feel if you were thousands of feet below the surface of the water in a fucking tin can, you know?
And it's that was a nuclear submarine as well. So I'm pretty sure that's even more of like one of the most capable, if not.
Oh.
Dude, he
Right?
missed 7 Super Bowls. All right.
All right, well, let's let Zach have a say. He's our guest on the Shoehorn.
Well, welcome, Zach. We're so glad to have you.
Thanks, Horns. I appreciate it. Or do I
Yeah.
call you guys Shoes? What do you guys call
Horns
yourself?
is fine. Swan horn, whatever you want.
Going out to YouTube, so be careful with some of your language.
So I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I'm in the same boat as Eric and Ben. I won't repeat everything they said, but I agree with it. You could tell they did their research. You could tell they consulted the terminology they used, the settings that they were in, the interactions between the actors. It felt very legit. It didn't feel like an over the top movie. I agree with the lone survivor vibe. With the 4 SEALs that went in. And I just like how things changed on the fly. So the 4 SEALs went in, they were going to do research. And once they find out that it was a coup that was going on, by the way, Durov played that role very well. He was very unlikable.
Oh, yeah. That's why I think they made the other guy like more Americanized.
So grimy.
And the transition to the SEALs just springing into action, one of them gets injured, still plays a vital role in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite part of the movie was them navigating the sub through the channel.
Oh yeah, dude.
Where they had to avoid all the mines and they had the acoustic sensors. And that I bet you that's something that exists in that.
Oh yeah.
100%.
To that extent, where they have a secret passageway that
Absolutely.
they navigate through.
Yeah, true.
That's national defense right there.
Yeah, like
Dude.
very, very enjoyable movie. I agree with Ben. I like GB a lot. I think he's a good actor. I think all of his movies are at least entertaining.
Yeah.
And if you go into it with the mindset that this is going to be just an action type movie with some drama and suspense, I think you're going to enjoy it. I think people are way too critical of movies, thinking that everything needs to be Oscar worthy to be a good movie. This is a great way to spend 2 hours. Had no idea it was that good.
Absolutely.
60-degree down bubble. When they say down bubble, I got a bubble in my pants.
Yeah, when they first start going under.
Down
it's
bubble.
great.
All the terminology, and they would repeat themselves. I loved it. It was, and I thought to myself, it seems like it would be cool as shit on one hand to be in a submarine, but also it seems like the worst thing on earth.
Dude, you couldn't pay me.
Has anybody seen The Abyss here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have.
See, that's the thing is like I didn't fully get that underwater tension because I don't think any movie can do it better than The Abyss. And maybe some movies like I don't even remember. I remember the book Sphere, but I don't remember the movie. But I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I didn't hate the movie. I was entertained by it, but I don't know. It was a little bit it was a little bit. It didn't have an edge to it. It was a little bit.
You big U571 fan?
I was
What's the
gonna
problem?
say, I haven't seen that in like 15 or 20 years or some shit, but I remember liking U571 a lot.
This is probably just another example. Like if you haven't seen some of those movies, you may have just seen more movies with these, you know what I mean? These details that they now have utilized. Like, so it might not mean as much to you. Whereas I probably haven't seen as many of I don't think I've seen The Abyss. Not that I recall. You know what I mean? I don't. So when I'm watching this,
That might
I never
be
seen
shoehorn material.
I
It's,
agree
an-
about
it's
that.
different though. It's very different than this.
Oh yeah. I just meant that underwater tension.
Yeah, different sort of scenario.
I'm
Oh
assuming,
yeah, 100%.
don't in the abyss they're actually like outside of a vessel, or like they're not in a submarine, right? In the abyss.
They find something underwader.
But do they go out of?
They're in a drilling,
Aren't they scuba
station.
at all?
James
Like, are they
Cameron Mark.
themselves,
And they-
you know,
What?
are they like physically in the water themselves, like scubaing or whatever?
Well, they go in like some small underwater crafts.
Yeah.
Like those, like what the submarine had in this
Like that
one.
little thing.
The
That's
little
what I
thing.
like. That's one of my favorite things. Like, well, I kind of wanted to just go over from kind of the beginning. Like, what did you guys think? Like, what did you think was going on? Like, did you have any suspicions about where those torpedo strikes came from? And then when they found, obviously they found their ship, but they found the Russian ship. So, and there was that sabotage when they're using that. I thought that was really cool. That little sonar submarine that they had.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. But what did you think at that point? Like, when you saw that there was a Russian and American ship attacked, and we know that the Americans didn't blow them up because we saw they didn't. What did you think was happening?
I kind of picked up on what was happening pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mhm.
read a little description, before I clicked play, and it says right up front like a Russian coup.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, so that I knew that. Well, I didn't know exactly. I mean, there was still like, where did those torpedoes go? I mean, there was still a little bit of that.
As soon as the first
Torpedo in the water!
as soon as the Russian sub got hit, and I was like, "Oh,
They're
this is a
firing on us!
setup." I was like, "This is a set. This was a setup for the American sub."
But I mean, you could see it that way. I also thought maybe it was like another country, like China or something, like setting them up to fight each other.
The thought crossed my mind, but at the end of the day, I went back to, "Oh, this is just some like radical fuck."
But did you see the coup coming? Because it wasn't like actually the
No,
Russian.
I didn't see the coup coming until the part where they said the communications were restricted.
And what did you guys? So what was the reason that guy Durov did this? Because I remember him saying like, "I'm doing this to like defend the nation," but like
They did not really say other than the fact that he
Wait.
wanted to be an aggressor.
Yeah, no, it's the same. I think it was the same in this Jack Ryan season. It's always there's the Russian motivation is always the same. Our leader is weak and he's not, attacking the Americans.
Well,
I'm gonna.
I thought it was funny the way that they tried to portray the Russian president in that film, because that was not an accurate portrayal of any Russian president.
No, it was all.
Yeah, they're speaking English.
Yeah.
The majority of the movie.
Well, English aside, they tried to basically humanize who the president for the Russians was and make you on his side, and he eventually is part of a good team. Like that would never happen.
But that's why they did that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's just.
But I don't
It's
feel
a
like
movie.
they do that because the captain, the guy from, I didn't even know this guy passed away. But the guy from the John Wick movies, I don't remember the character name, but the captain that helped guide him through the thing, like
He's dead?
and he was straight Russian. Yeah, he died apparently.
I didn't know that.
Answered.
Wait, who? In this movie?
No, he didn't die in the movie.
The black guy from John
No,
Wick?
the other captain, the Russian
Russian
captain.
main guy.
Oh, yeah.
the
Oh,
first-
he's dead.
That actor
Yeah,
died.
the first John Wick. Oh wow.
Yeah.
John Wick has had a lot of deaths around it.
So did
Yeah,
they
fuck.
explain what the sabotage was on the Russian sub? I assume it was a torpedo.
Somebody planted explosives.
Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody
okay.
had a bomb
It
inside.
wasn't in the torpedo bay or anything, I don't think, though.
Yeah, it came from inside the sub.
All right, I got one more gripe with this movie, and I like this guy in. I only saw the first season, but Lost in Space on Netflix is the sergeant or whoever that guy is,
That's
Billy Beeman, and he's good in 13 Hours, but I thought he was kind of over the top in this. Like
He was literally Joe Glass.
redheaded-
He was the Joe Glass of Marines. What the
Of land.
over the top? Or
he
you?
was a little over. All right, here's
a little
this is
over the top. That's a little over the line, man.
this is my favorite quote.
Got me a jive turkey?
We're just two assholes outside in the cold.
Right, bro.
Talking
Nah.
about the Beeman.
yeah. All right, you're poking holes in the plot of a movie. This is not an Oscar-worthy movie. The script is not perfect.
Well, we need something to talk about.
It's
There's
an action
nothing there.
thriller.
The
Oh,
fact
okay.
of
This is-
existence.
Yeah, and I'm pushing back.
This
Talk
obviously
about why Nick's
be
not
realistic.
here.
Oh, Nick will be here once he finishes it, which will be soon when the bourbon cut. You got to watch this movie drunk as well. It's an extra
Yeah.
out of
I
your.
watched it sober as shit. Well, I mean, I was high, but I watched it.
Well,
Yeah.
What would you think about that rescue mission, Travis, when they're kind of spying on the coup and then all of a sudden they decide to go in? What do you think about that? Do you think that was plausible?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no. I really don't
Yeah,
think
right.
that was something that could ever happen. But again, I had already kind of like relegated myself to the fact that this was a movie's movie. Like this was a Hollywood movie. Like
Blockbuster.
everything's made up. Pretend you're in another like this isn't our world. This is movie world.
So when they were up in that tower, by the way, don't put anything past Navy SEALs, bro. They might be able to do that.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I mean, they might, but that would be
No.
into a Russian base would be really tough.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is like they had all the mines everywhere, and then they're able to like float like a little
100 yards,
water boat. Like
All
a
that shit was so
broken
cool.
little boat like on top of the water, like with the little.
I
But
love that type
you
of
can't
stuff.
cover.
It was just a
every
rubber
piece of
ducky.
land. Yeah.
See, dude, what I was confused about on some of those excursions was just like, with all the high tech equipment and seemingly, I just didn't know how they could have penetrated without them knowing, and you know what I mean. It kind of was like, if this place is such a, legitimate military compound, like how could these four dudes just get in there? They don't have surveillance. They don't have.
I mean, they found a pretty,
drones.
They did have surveillance. They had satellite.
Well, they lost some guys too, which I liked. Like not everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Alive.
but
They lost one early, dude.
the
Yeah.
monitor the guy had on his gun, that screen he had on his gun, like some of the technology they had was cool, man.
Yeah, I've
Like
never seen that.
I
before.
love, dude.
It was a
It
cell
was
phone, right?
Yeah, it looked like a cell phone. Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It looked like I don't know when you play COD, like that heart sensor monitor type thing, but it
Mhm.
looked like an HD mini TV that they could zoom in on.
Yeah.
So he would aim down his scope and it would show up in that screen. And I think that's what they were looking at part of the time. And they also had the binoculars and everything.
Oh,
But-
okay. Yeah, it
Yeah,
might have been.
fucked
I
up.
kind of assumed that was like a camera, being fed back to Washington or something. But no, you're probably right. It probably was some kind of like digital zoom kind of thing.
But when the
Yeah.
guy got shot in his leg in the
That was
tower by the Russian guy, my first instinct was, oh, his blood's going to drip down.
Yep.
That was what I thought too.
Away, and he's going to hear it and then see blood, and then they're screwed. And then I thought that was going to set like a motion of events where the ships start attacking each other and the subs got to escape. So it went a completely different direction.
To be honest, the second time I watched it, I still thought I didn't remember. I thought, oh, his blood's gonna drip. I didn't even remember. So, yeah. Yeah. It was, but it was definitely like it wasn't as obviously good on the second because the tension in the first, without knowing, for me was great, and some of those scenes were really cool, and I did like the the chick from Freaks and Geeks.
Grandma's Boy.
Grandma's Boy.
Oh yeah, she was
she's good.
perfect in her role.
I used to. Think
I
she
love
was
her.
Really hot.
I just like her.
Yeah, she was amazingly hot in Grandma's Boy.
Yeah.
Is that the Velma girl from Scooby-Doo?
Nice rip.
Is
Alex.
she?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I liked her.
She's
Yeah.
been in a lot of stuff.
She's in that Dead to
She's
Me.
she's in
show.
the Avengers film. She's Hawkeye's wife.
Yeah, right.
I don't remember that.
Travis doesn't want to hear it.
No Marvel mentions on this podcast.
You're done. You're clicked.
All right, you want to hear my
shit.
favorite
Oh,
scene
shit.
was
Tell us, Travis.
the prodigal son returns, the sniping, the
Oh, yeah.
surprise
Absolutely.
sniping.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
But it was funny how he sniped everyone. They blew up every car except for the main bad guy.
Yeah.
He was just
Typical-
perfectly being avoided.
It's typical 90s Russian American action thriller kind of thing. You have your Russian bad guy. I loved, that was my favorite. I think that was probably my favorite scene too, because I had a note about that. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I was like, they were so fucked when they're down that little bridge.
Yeah.
But old Martinelli's just up in the tree.
Martinelli.
Gabriel Martinelli scored again.
I mean, like,
I like
so
the
to be honest,
torpedoes, where they had those little coys, those little spinning things
yeah,
that those would go to. Like,
dude.
I don't know if those things are real.
Oh, I
But
think
that's-
so.
Shit.
I think so. No, the cool when you realize, I mean, you realize how much of a straight up just savant. He's just a wizard with that shit. When he gets the dirt cloud to explode the missiles, and I don't know if that's real, but it seems like that would probably work. You know, it's hitting matter, so it'll. But like just doing things like that I don't know anything about. Manning a submarine or if that's actually possible. But all that stuff to me was just fascinating to be able to do that and know your vehicle or vessel or whatever so well that it's like he's one with the submarine. That's a giant piece of fucking, dude.
Yeah, I liked how
Said it.
I liked how
He's missed every funeral ever.
I liked how the last scene where he decides not to shoot and then the Russians shoot. That was cool, and also because it was a callback to the very first scene when he doesn't shoot the deer or elk or whatever that was.
Right.
Perfect circle.
Yeah, that when you think he's gonna shoot when they're about to get blown up or whatever, and he puts the Russian guy on the phone or whatever. Like that was so great to me, and the whole like struggle between the boat because their captain's a piece of shit and wasn't under his command. Like I don't know, dude. I feel like that could happen. Like,
so one thing that I didn't realize before I watched this, I thought subs could go way deeper than I thought. So I actually looked it up.
What do you mean? They went to the bottom of the
How
ocean.
deep can they go?
But they can't go beyond like 800 meters. Like
No, I mean,
they're not
pressure.
2,000, 3,000 feet, below the sea.
That's
below the
pretty
surface
deep.
Often. Yeah, but I thought they were like deep, because some of the areas that they're patrolling are really deep waters. Most of the subs are like 400, 500 meter capabilities. Like that's it. And I thought it was like triple that.
yeah,
What's the water
Pretty
pressure?
interesting because you saw the sub sort of starting to cave in.
yeah.
Pressure was starting to crush it, and so it's just fascinating. Like we don't have the technology to explore really any of the ocean.
Yeah. Well,
We
they say
explored
we
like
have
1%.
we can explore less ocean than we can the
Space.
How
Yeah.
is that possible?
I don't know.
That makes no. That's scary, dude.
Well, I think that must be based on like how far we could reach in it.
But dude, have you ever seen how small we are in the speck of the universe or whatever? You know what I mean? Have you ever seen that video that keeps?
They can't mean the universe.
Yeah. I don't know.
They
maybe
must
this
mean the
galaxy.
solar system or something.
Our
Yeah.
galaxy, I think,
Yeah.
is what they mean.
But dude,
I don't think even
you might be
Galaxy.
right though, because we can't get to places in the ocean. We can I guess theoretically get anywhere in space if we, you know what I mean? It's the pressure that's the problem, right?
In the ocean, yeah.
Yeah, in space, it's just how to figure out how to travel at a certain light speed or what inevitably to get.
When those guys go on that little rescue sub, whatever the hell it was, they almost got fucked up because it's a smaller vessel in depth. Remember, he's like, the water pressure's getting us.
He say it's touch and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like most of the subs probably operate off the coast and there's like trench lines. So like Zach was saying, I don't think they don't go out in the middle of the ocean and just go to the bottom. That would be kind of pointless.
What a fucking life, man.
But that's why I like this movie too, because like the bottom of the ocean is like one of my biggest fears. I think. Like, I don't know, like, and I guess it's just being out of your element, because it's the same thing for like Air Force guys up in a plane. You're trapped like in the air. If your plane gets shot, you're fucked. If your sub gets shot, you're just absolutely fucked. But I'd rather like crash to the earth than like sink to the bottom of the ocean, I think.
Yes, I agree.
Except, like,
No,
water.
that's
Water is scary.
That's the
It's
worst
scary.
thought in the world. Just the whole ocean on top of you.
Yeah,
Trapped.
exactly. It's water
It's-
going into your
it's not-
lungs.
Yeah, it's not a very good movie, but Trav was talking about like the suspense being underwater. Have any of you seen Underwater? That
No.
movie?
No.
Is that with
There-
Kristen Stewart?
There is a scene in that movie that is absolutely insane.
Bonkers.
Yes.
Bonkers.
A guy implodes into his helmet.
Oh no, thank you.
Haven't you seen Event Horizon?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Similar
that's a fucked up movie too.
Yeah. Similar type deal, but like when Trav was talking about like the suspense, that movie's actually not terrible. It's not good. I will not say it's good, but if you like that underwater stuff, like the suspense of being trapped underwater, like that's
Well, I don't like
That's-
it. I'm just saying it adds an extra element of suspense.
Well, that's what he means.
yeah.
I would.
I would never
That's
put myself
page
in that
go on
situation. I would also never jump out of a plane.
I don't think any sane
Oh,
person.
dude. If I would jump out of a plane into that lightning storm. Fuck it. That looked like the coolest thing ever.
If that was how I was gonna die, like
No,
if I
I'm
was
gonna
like-
live because I'm.
If I was like, fuck it, like
Oh.
I'm gonna die, let's just go for it. Let's skydive into a lightning storm. I'd do that. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
No.
dog. What's the difference? I was saying, like Liz, I was like, what's the difference?
I don't
You
want
could
to
get
do
struck
that
by-
because it could
you
kill
could
me
get
very
struck by
easily.
lightning. What's the difference? You could get struck by lightning randomly. It's just random.
Get struck by lightning? Didn't Martinelli get struck by lightning? He was unconscious. The guy
No,
had
he
to
wasn't.
Ellie was invincible, man.
He wasn't unconscious. They were shaking him after that because he hit a bunch of tree branches.
No, the guy had to pull his parachute for him in the
Yeah.
air.
But
Yes, because
just
he
got-
was
Yeah.
he was
Classic Martinelli,
he was
He had blood all over his face too, didn't he? or
oh my god, because he hit the fucking trees. No, he was free falling and he lost control. Like he wasn't
Okay.
in control of his dive anymore.
Martinelli.
Mission Impossible scenario where Tom Cruise saved the day.
Yeah, he's no
Yeah.
Tom Cruise over Paris.
Okay, Travis, we know. Compare it to it's not Mission Impossible. It's not. It's Gerard Butler.
No, hey, I like Gerard Butler. You want to hear a
Talk
couple
to me.
movies of Gerard Butler that I really fuck with?
Hello.
What do you fuck
No.
with?
Going back 20 years, Reign of Fire. Anybody seen that?
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Fucking Christian Bale in London. All right, who's
Did
seen
it.
Timeline? Anybody seen Timeline?
That was Paul
Yeah.
Walker?
Paul Walker,
Yeah,
Michael
Paul Walker
Crichton story. It's a great movie.
Hey, did you guys hear Paul Walker and Tyrese were both having sex with Eva Mendez's stunt double in Fast and Furious 2? Oh, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
At the same
That's
time,
brotherly love. I'm thinking so. I'm thinking so.
wow,
I'm thinking
it
so.
was wild on that set.
Yeah, they were fucking not Eva Mendez, but the stunt double.
Family.
That's what a stunt double is supposed to
Look at the
do,
real-
huh?
Yes, she was stunt doubling.
Rest up, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Gamer. Did anybody see Gamer?
No.
Yes. Yes.
I think I kind of liked Gamer.
Oh,
I
I
did like-
loved games.
No.
But I like
Oh.
Gerard Butler a lot.
Gamer
J-Rod.
was definitely good.
It was like this. I mean, it had fucking Dexter in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was the bad guy.
yeah.
Gerard, but
guy.
no, but seriously, I think his best movie though is Greenland.
That's
No,
his best
that
movie.
movie's awful.
That's his best
Awful?
movie. That's his best movie, huh, Travis?
Podcast.
Are you
I
fucking
sort of
kidding
agree.
me right
Well, actually, no, I wouldn't say
That
his
movie-
his best is 300.
well, yeah. No, his best is Law Abiding Citizen. Give me a break. 300 so freaking. You're so.
Are you looking at it from a 2023 lens or a 2003 lens or whatever that was? Because that movie was pretty life changing in 2000, early 2000s.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what? Nobody liked 300? It was
300 was a good
2006.
flick. Good flick.
100.
300 is pretty good. I don't like it that much because it's just way too stylized.
Well, I know, but in 2006, they were the first people to do
No
it.
offense,
I agree with
Zack
you.
Snyder kind of sucks a little bit here and there.
Yeah, you have to be a
No
Zack
offense,
Snyder
Zack.
fan to really like that
Yeah.
movie.
It's too over the top sometimes.
It's weird. It's too over dramatic.
Very
Not,
like
I really did like Greenland, Travis. I like
No,
that.
I did too.
not bad. I liked it.
If you're going off Gerard Butler movies, Law Abiding Citizen is his best movie
Yeah, it's
ever.
good.
The first time you watch that movie, there is no way you pick up on that M. Night Shyamalan twist.
It was
that
great.
he did.
Yeah.
Like that,
All
All right.
rocked the hell out of me.
Well, I can't wait till my next turn because there's another Gerard Butler flick that just came out, and it's called Plane. Sure, it's good, and it's gotta be good.
Well,
It's called Plane.
isn't he in something coming out called Cardahat or something?
What? Hey, what did you call me? Is that Spanish? I don't know
I
that.
think
Don't
it's
do
Middle
that.
East. I think it's Middle
I'm
Eastern.
gonna look that up. You calling me something mean?
Oh,
Gotta-
no, it's,
No. I mean,
Karashi.
trust me, Travis. This is just
Covenant.
this is your Thursday night matinee
no,
special.
that's
You're like
fucking Gyllenhaal. Fuck.
Gyllenhaal is one of my dude. He's so good. Fucking
Gyllenhaal's
love
the
Jake.
man.
Fucking love Jake. No, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think we've had a good little spiel here about
I have some more thoughts.
That's great.
I thought we went through this pretty quickly, honestly, just because Travis seemed to like it.
Yeah.
What?
But I
got
did
a
like
few-
it.
Take
How-
it wherever you
Thank
want it.
you.
I don't give a shit.
How about when
Oh,
Beam
come on.
brings the president onto that little vessel and he go, come on, seal it up, and he goes, you seal it, and then he dives back down.
Oh!
What
Travis
is
doesn't
I
like
mean-
that guy.
Over the
He
top.
said he was
Over
going
the
back.
top.
You can't just leave Martinelli behind.
Yeah, he said he
No,
was.
I
going
like
back.
that.
Gabriel Martinelli is too important to Arsenal. You can't
You
leave
know,
him
and
behind.
like when the guy
He
said,
promised him, dude.
where is everyone? What happened? And that look goes over his face, and then he remembers Martinelli. He's like, I can't leave my brother behind. I loved it.
See,
And
Eric.
he got there just in time.
Hey, don't worry, guys. We know who would leave their man behind now, Travis, while Eric will come back and get us scrapping for what's his, you know.
And Wyatt kind of brought up the scene already, but the end scene, I mean, I feel like we didn't talk about it enough. Like the whole how he kind of spoke to the other ship, the Yevchenko, and he was like,
so good.
Yuri Albaf, Zachary Mahikis, Travis Scott, I train you. This is your captain. Do not shoot down us. And then you have that kind of classic, you don't, you what I tell you to do. You better blow that up. And then, they don't. But then what's the guy's name? He shoots from the base, and then you're like, well, what's gonna happen? And then the Yevchenko shoots down the nukes for him or whatever. Classic action movie stuff right there.
Yeah.
Just
No,
really.
I said I like that.
How'd
I
you
really
know?
like that
How'd you know
stuff.
they were gonna do that? I didn't.
I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Neither did Gerard Butler.
Eric is channeling his inner Gerard
Little
Butler.
did he know.
Well, how did I know? Because he knew. Well, the reason Gerard Butler knew actually is because he knew. He said, "Do these men trust you?" And he knew by his trust in that general or
Actually, that's not right. That's not right. You read
That is correct.
That's incorrect. He said, "How do you know they won't shoot on you?" And he says, "They'd be shooting on you."
Mhm.
That was his. That was his reasoning.
Yes, but then they find out that their president is aboard, and that
Yeah.
he-
That's what I mean. He said that to the president.
Yo, how cool though was that when their machine
knows.
guns on the boat blew up all those
That was
missiles.
insane.
That was fucking sick.
What part?
Wow.
When
Oh.
the machine guns on the warship took out all the
Well, that's what I
incoming
was
missiles.
talking.
Yeah, I don't even know what.
No, I
Is
know
that a
that's
rail
what you
gun
were
or some
talking
shit?
about, but I'm saying how sick was it?
Anti-ballistic
when the-
missile gun.
Yeah, how sick was it to watch it from that perspective?
Yeah, that's
Oh, very
awesome.
cool.
All those bullets tearing through those missiles.
Mhm.
Very
Yeah.
cool. That's what I
The,
mean.
the
like,
destroyers actually have those. Those
that's
are real.
like, obviously, it wasn't real, but that shit looked so realistic to me. Like, that's
No,
why I
that-
like this movie a lot. It was not.
They have those guns.
It
Those
was
really
different,
do.
man. It was weird.
I agree that those guns probably exist, but that is not the way it
Well,
would have
yeah.
turned out in real life.
All right,
Would have shot him way early.
let's play a little game here. Everyone tell me what they think the budget for this film was if you don't know off the top of your head.
45 million.
Ah,
Ben's
come
on
on.
45 million.
45 million? They spent more on that movie getting the sandwiches for the cast and crew than 45 million.
And they were hungry.
I'm going higher. I'm going 70 mil.
Okay, 70 mil from Zach.
I mean, they had Navy.
95 million.
Yeah,
Brian's
I'm
doing
going.
95 million.
I'm
The basics
price.
at the end
I'm
was
price is right in your ass. 96 million.
Wow, no one wanted to go for the Price is Right of $1 because they would have won. This
Really?
movie had a budget of $40 million only.
Oh, come on. I was
Wow.
so close.
No,
Yeah.
Ben,
What'd you think?
you won, Ben.
Yeah.
Well, not really, but
What
I
did
mean,
you
I
think?
Because I went over. I went
I mean,
over
I-
on the Price is Right. That means
Price is
a
Right?
lot.
I mean, I can't
I-
believe that. That's
If you
cheap.
go over, you lose.
yeah, but if everyone goes over, does the closest two going over win, or do they redo it? I don't remember.
No.
Well, somebody always bets $1.
Well, that's why when you said
Yeah,
that,
that's
you
the
go
thing.
$1 instead of the other one where you go $1 over the higher.
Yeah. No.
But I think I would have said like 60 million myself. Now it box office 31, so this movie did not gain a profit. It lost 9 million, and I feel bad because
Well, actually,
You
it
know what
lost more than 9
So,
million because you
I
have
would-
to include marketing.
I
Yeah.
would tell you. I would tell you two
Bullshit.
things. Two things. Marketing.
why I
I don't
do this
remember this
shit, man.
movie.
That's what
I
I
don't
live
remember this
for,
movie
dog.
marketed at all. And,
same here.
And two, this may have come out at a time. And I mean, even now, if you told me there was a fucking sub movie coming out, I would not get hyped about it. Even
Yeah.
if fucking Brad Pitt was blowing fucking
Oh.
Jake Gyllenhaal
You're
in the
wilding.
fucking hall.
If Brad
Like,
Pitt was in a sub movie, I'd lose my mind. Get him in a
Like-
sub now.
he was in a tank and it was a hit.
World War
What's up?
Z. World War
So-
Z. He was in a
So
sub,
I think
baby.
I think it
On a
was
boat.
just like I don't. I would say that how many of those great sub movies that ever existed were smash hits when they came out? I mean, I think that they were movies that probably got appreciated more over time. You know, after everyone had seen them.
I mean, they're very niche. Not everyone likes war movies. Not everyone likes that. You know?
I didn't even think this was like a war movie. I thought this was a.
Covert.
I looked at this. No, I looked at this as an action movie. It was
Yeah.
just a good action movie.
God, this is the greatest day of my life.
These are usually based off somewhat like realism. This was just, yeah, I agree with you. It's a pop.
Okay, this movie was adapted from the book Firing Point.
Ooh.
So that's another.
Travis, you got a
That's a
book
plus.
read,
That was
my
a
man.
book first.
But I also think Hunt for Red October was a success when it came
Dude,
out.
that's
maybe.
what I was
You're
gonna say.
probably the only one.
I wish Nick was here because I guarantee he's seen that. I've never seen that, but I'm kind of intrigued now.
I actually just read the book
Next up.
Jack Ryan.
a month ago.
Oh, really?
What's
Yeah.
that?
Like Baldwin is Jack Ryan in Hunt
Yeah.
for Red October.
Yeah, that's
It's so
that's-
cool how he spans so many generations of different Jack Ryans. It's kind of interesting to me. I like it.
novels.
But
Yeah.
Hunt for Red October is way more suspense. It's not a lot. It's not a whole lot of action.
How were
Yeah,
the
yeah.
how are the sub shots, Zach, in Hunt for Red October?
The sub, I mean, it's a different time frame, but the Hunt for Red October is extremely, I think, even more realistic. Same sort of, scenarios, and same sort of setting as this movie, but it's just like the suspense, and basically it's a sub that goes rogue, and everybody, both Russia and the US, are trying to find it.
It's a Russian sub that goes rogue.
And
Yeah.
so everybody's trying to find it. And so you have like these intense moments where like the alarms are blaring in the sub and everything's just red. from these red lights inside the sub, and it's just like different time frame. Like if that movie was made now, I feel like it would be the tits.
Yeah, that's why. And if this movie was made back then, it would be the tits.
All right, hear this. This.
Yeah.
The genre of submarine film has been a great success since the beginning of commercial cinema. Das Boot, Hunt for Red October, and Crimson Tide. And apparently people get sized for submarine movies.
It's scary. It's tense.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Easily tense.
Well, it's close quarter
somewhere that you can't really imagine yourself.
It just doesn't seem like an easily marketable film.
You know what, guys? I just had a fucking epiphany. You know how easily we can make a set? Let's make a sub movie. What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, easily we could mimic a sub in someone's basement. Oh shit! Oh, dude, it'd be so sick.
I mean, we need some nice hydraulics to.
I think you might struggle.
25 seconds, Captain.
Just all internal. It would just be inside the sub only. A lot of shit going on. We just kind of reference what's going on out there. Some splashes.
Something's pinging right here.
It looks like this director has been
down here
blacklisted.
He's also dead.
The director?
He's not making films anymore.
He died right after this.
The director
of this movie? Yes.
60-degree down bubble.
He's a pretty young
down bubble
guy.
60-degree down bubble.
Is that bottom hot or mud?
Is that bottom hot or mud?
So the other thing I wanted to talk about with you guys that I wanted to bring up is I don't know how realistic this is, but when the sub was sitting under that ice cap.
Yeah, that was sick.
Like, I don't know if that's actually a strategy or whatever, because they had to manually adjust the torpedo to hit it.
Oh, never mind, Travis. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, something with the ice was throwing off its homing capability. And I didn't understand why, but I did find that interesting too.
The torpedo fight was pretty cool. That was one of the better torpedo fights I've ever seen.
I wonder if it was
Travis. Never mind. It's whoever Michael Nyquist is.
Yeah, that's the Russian guy. Eric was talking about.
Okay, sorry. That's
all right.
I think Zach. There was like because wasn't it kind of hollowed out? So I think like that the torpedo was picking up on it as just like it wasn't man-made since it was kind of flush with the ice, so it couldn't.
I think it was picking up like the ice was surrounding the sub,
and it might have been like throwing the signals off too, like in a certain way.
But like that,
it's probably sonar if it bounces off the ice and it's saying that's ice or something.
Exactly, but like that's where like the movie was good. Like Ben said, it started with a bang. But when that part happened, it was like, oh man, they suckered this American sub to come in, and they were ready to destroy them. They were just sitting there waiting. Obviously, like I thought that was really interesting. I'd never seen anything like that in a movie.
Yeah, that was really cool.
They're usually not. Hollywood's not usually making Russia look smart.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's when Wyatt comes back on screen. I think we should give our reviews, our final reviews. Unless anyone has anything else to say.
So, how do you guys review? Do you go like out of 10, out of 100?
Well, you can do your own scale.
You can do whatever you want, but I think all of us have pretty much adapted to an out of a 10 scale.
Okay.
If you're Desi, you do out of a 5, but you pretend it's out of 2.5.
Yeah. You don't know what the hell you're doing.
We've lost him.
That video Jason shared was 100% Desi.
That looked just like
Desi.
All right.
I would have said that was Desi.
Wyatt, your movie. Give us your final review here.
Oh my God.
What's your rating?
I mean, this is very hard for me because, like, I picked it. It's, but I have a very strict scale. You know what I mean? I really do.
You really do.
So this is hard for me. It really comes in. So for me, because for me, one of my favorite movies, I probably gave Nope. I need to know what I gave other movies too. That'd be nice.
You just gotta go with your. See, this
it's in the moment.
To me is a solid 6.75. Okay, and that I can't give it a 7 because 7 and 8s to me are like 9s and 10s for Travis because he just throws them around like a goddamn fucking prostitute, just throwing it out.
He's got
Throwing
his
9s and 10s.
system.
I've got a system.
6.75.
You're gonna see how it plays out tonight.
It's a 6.75, and you know, that might be a little low, but it's an entertaining movie. But it's not perfect, but it's a hell of a time.
Okay, now what about on your first viewing? Do you think you would have gave it a higher score?
Oh, on my first viewing, I probably would have given it at least a 7.5.
Okay. Ben, would you like to go?
What did Wyatt give it?
Oh God, why does that matter?
Yeah.
I just want to know
6.75.
if I'm high or low.
He came in at a 6.75, I believe.
Definitely high.
Really? I
We're
was
gonna
give it a-
round Wyatt to
I'm gonna-
7 because he said
I'm gonna give it a
originally
7.
7.5.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Yeah, yep.
I
what
really
would give.
enjoyed it.
No, I agree with you, Eric. That is kind of unfair. This is my second viewing, so
Well,
on
no,
my
I
first,
asked because I think that affects it. Because that's usually what
Big
happens
time.
with the person who appoints it has seen it sometimes. And sometimes on the second view, like Manos, I was like, man, I don't know why I recommended that.
No, you're right. To me, yeah, this was this was an 8. This was
Oh,
an 8 on my first viewing.
Can't change your pick.
I can do whatever I want.
Good change.
He was waiting for Ben so he could up Ben. He went
All
prices right
so
on.
Ben, you give it a 7.5. Any final thoughts here?
Overlooked.
That's
Not
why we
marketing.
do it.
It was an overlooked film.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do it. All right, Zachy
That's why
boy.
we do it. That's why we do it.
So I'm gonna rate it a little higher than
Good.
Ben. I'm gonna go like a 7.8.
Love it.
Tactical.
Great.
I like the story, but my main reason is I like the evolution of the plot line as the movie kept going. It kept you interested. You didn't know what was going to happen from the beginning. It kept evolving. And that's why I rate it a little bit higher than, say, just a 7.
It's a good rating.
Fantastic.
Eric,
I
what?
think Cass wants to save it the best for last here.
No, I don't.
I will. I'm gonna give a couple ratings here. I'm gonna go on my normal rating scale. I'm gonna give this a 78 out of 100. But on the Travis scale, I'm gonna give this a firm 9 out of 10.
See, that's yeah.
Well, what?
You got to explain the Travis scale.
Well, the Travis scale is when you sit down and it's like it's a true movie experience. Like
That-
were you having fun watching this movie? And
Yeah.
I was. And I like to give Wyatt credit again for nominating this because I agree with Ben. I had no clue, but I never heard of this movie.
Yeah.
There's no marketing done. I feel like these are not the kind of movies that I would ever watch on my own accord, and I fully enjoyed it. Obviously there's some problems, but I think if you're not supposed to look at them. It's supposed to be fun. So the middle of a 78 and a 90 will be a 85 for me, if that
Wow.
math is correct. No, 86. No, that's not right.
He's in the mid 80s.
88.4 out of 10.
All right. Well, I give a boost when I like a movie a lot. I had a great time.
Boost it.
Good visuals. I give a big boost. Unfortunately, this movie does not apply to any of the boost. And I give this a 6.
Wow.
I felt like this is a movie that was, and the $40 million actually makes a lot of sense for a big submarine action movie that's like peanuts. And
That's pretty wild.
To
do
me,
that.
it looked like a bare bones budget movie. The visuals didn't look up to snuff for me. Like
What?
a big budget blockbuster.
Fucking guy
movie.
likes Terminator 2. What the fuck?
Well, that was done 25 years ago.
Not that what visuals didn't you think looked good? I thought it looked great.
That's great. To me, it was like Michael Bay, but like well shot. A Michael Bay movie.
I'm not even saying necessarily the graphics or anything. Like the submarine looked good, and what CGI there was pretty okay. With like
Get
the
Laura
ice.
down here. Get Laura down here. What?
But I don't know. I just didn't like some of the shooting and acting. I don't know. I had some problems with this movie. I liked it. I was entertained by it, but I also felt like it could be on network TV.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
sounds like you don't support the truth.
what?
Just
Network
sounds
TV. Do they even have
I
like on
do-
Hallmark?
Hey,
What
shut
channel
your,
would
I
it-
support the troops. Hey, this movie to me looks the same as Designated Survivor with Kiefer Sutherland. You take out Gerard Butler,
That's
you put
ridiculous.
in Kiefer
That is so
Sutherland.
ridiculous.
Gary Oldman was totally wasted in this movie.
No,
he was,
Okay.
he was
I
a
can agree
raving.
with
You
that.
bite your tongue.
I can agree with
He's
that.
an amazing actor, and he was just reduced.
Yeah.
I-
You
I-
try to make a
lunatic.
$40 million budget with Gary Oldman. You can only
I'm
give him a
not
certain
gonna
amount of
lie.
time.
Common.
We're trying to
Not gonna
keep the
lie.
budget low.
Going into
Gary
the
Oldman
movie,
should have been Common's character.
No
Going
shit.
into
the-
You would have been
a lot.
Gary Oldman.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Going into the movie, I thought Gary Oldman was playing the Russian bad guy.
He didn't and wasn't.
Well, I think he would have been better suited.
He's had enough of that in his career. That would have been too much of a 90s little homage there. I thought he was that the scene where he yells at Common, well, I actually wrote it down. It was my favorite quote of the movie. He goes, "You didn't just start a war today, you lost it too." What a great scene that was. Him in the rain with the window down.
Yeah,
I thought the writing for
You know what they,
I thought
you
the
know when they
writing for
stretch
Oldman
what
was
they're
pretty
saying.
bad.
We don't need to investigate this. Common ruined it. Common couldn't act.
Common was worthless.
Come on. Gary Oldman was
I'm
fantastic.
Common.
They were all worthless.
Jimmy Butler's a.
What about the guy from
Everybody's out already, Wyatt.
I scored 24 points for no reason. Suck my literal taint.
What
All right.
guy, Eric?
We gotta move on.
Fantastic.
This going on YouTube?
I told you this was not a good night for it.
You know how I am. She knows.
All right.
But the Skylar.
All right, well,
So Travis drops a 6.0. He drops a 6.0.
that might be his worst rating yet.
Yeah.
To be
Yes, it
honest
is.
with you, that's okay, and that's your personal view of the movie.
Yeah.
We'll
What,
move
I'm
on.
not allowed to have a view?
Of course you are. No, dude. I of course you are.
I still think it was entertaining. I mean,
Yeah,
I said
no.
that all the way through.
No, I'm happy for the reception. I actually shouldn't be being I'm just busting balls, but as I thought, I was seriously like, what have I done? I might have really put myself out there. And people are
Done
gonna-
well. You've done
Really?
done.
Oh,
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun, dude. It's just fun. It was
fun.
fast paced for me. It was there was not many letdowns. It was cool.
I think
So I have a question. Was Thomas Crown Affair rated higher than this movie?
By Travis, I'm sure.
Doubt it.
Are you kidding me?
Travis gave that an 8 or a 9.
no,
and
I
that's
did
a
not.
lot.
Give, no,
Oh,
I did
oh,
not. A 9?
an
call
8.
yourself
Gave it
a
an
movie
8 or a
critic.
9, and I'm locking an 8, and I'll bet my life.
Wait
gave
a
it-
minute. I like Thomas Crown Affair.
Oh my God.
honestly,
Okay.
Thomas Crown Affair is one of the better ones we did actually.
Yeah.
Ouch. Pierce Brosnan can't hold a fucking movie up to save his goddamn life.
That movie was interesting. You stop.
I would.
I mean,
I watched the fake
it's
version, so
it's pretty hard for me to watch some kind of heist movie and not usually have a good time. I mean,
you looking
they're all
at
good.
the heist. That's how you get your rocks off. You're doing a heist.
I like a good heist movie, okay?
Uh,
Get off my back.
didn't go over this, but I'd like to bring this up since we just did our reviews. Tomato meter 37%. Audience score 68%.
Very low.
So the
Very
audience enjoyed it. I don't know. See, I don't know why critics like. Why are they trying to rate this
Because they need more substance when they're
And
watching.
I'm kind of like that too. I
Common.
like substance movies, but I knew this wasn't one, and I had fun. Like I know
Yeah,
that's
no, I had a great fucking time watching this movie, and at the end of the day, that's what I want to do when I watch a movie.
Dude, their scale's a little off there. I don't like that scale,
Yeah.
but I like that they
No,
get scored.
I noticed that too.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was fantastic.
All right, well, I think it's my turn to pick.
Yes,
Is it?
Ben, you are up. Your last movie was The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
You know what he wants. He's waiting
Got it.
so hard for this. Oh my
A
god.
lot of
Kiss,
pressure.
kiss, bang,
All
bang.
right.
Smooch,
Well,
smooch,
I
pop.
actually have one more suggestion that I came up with the other day after I went down a YouTube rabbit
All I
hole.
want to do is kiss.
So there was a
bang,
movie
bang.
I accidentally watched when I was a kid that really it freaked me out, but I was still intrigued enough to keep watching it. And I think it wasn't too gross. It's
Poltergeist?
called Ravenous,
Ravenous.
and it's about
1999.
is it post Civil War? It's like post Civil War era. and
Yes.
it deals with cannibalism.
Okay.
And it stars everybody's favorite Guy Pearce.
It's got your boy Neil McDonough in it.
David Arquette.
David Arquette.
Yeah, that sounds like a stellar cast.
That's a weird.
Robert
It does
Guy
have a good
Pearce and
cast.
Guy Pearce, Robert Carlyle, Jeffrey Jones, they're more of the mainish characters.
This looks like a fun one, Ben. I'm in on this.
Yeah, and so I actually I even ended up learning a little bit about the director, who's a British indie director that they pulled out of semi-retirement kind of to do this Hollywood funded movie because she had tried to do a Hollywood movie before and got burned real bad. What's that?
Did I say she?
She, yes.
It is a
Female
she.
director, cannibal movie.
Antonia Bird. Antonia Bird.
God.
What?
She's dead. She's dead too.
She's dead.
Well, this movie was 1999. We're talking ages ago.
Dude, that's a good year, man.
So give us your pitch,
Hospital.
why this over Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which you've been harping on since we started.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. I really want you guys to watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang,
That's
but I knew that
I
it
never
would
will.
be the obvious choice.
I think I'd rather watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
I think I want to watch
Yeah.
Ravenous.
Huh?
I
Kiss
like
Kiss
Ravenous.
Bang's a good movie.
You know what? I would watch Kiss Kiss. It's got Val Kilmer. Why didn't you tell me
Damn
that?
it.
It's got Val Kilmer in it. Man.
It's a movie I've wanted to see and I've never seen it.
Man, are you sweating? You sweating? You all right? What's going on?
What?
You sweating? You
One
sweating?
week that everyone wants to watch your
Sweat
movie.
that
I mean, I don't know if it'll be good Shane Black or bad Shane Black, but
Bro, I'm telling you
when
that
it's good
Kiss
Shane
Kiss,
Black, it's pretty good.
I watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang multiple times after I watched it the first time because it was so
Good
good.
Yeah, and then right after that, you go ahead and you watch Kiss Kiss Gang Bang, which is a Entourage episode.
Is
Yeah.
it?
I believe so. Yes.
Wow.
There's no way to watch this for free though.
Is
To
it? I
be
love how
honest.
Travis loves
Which one?
Entourage. That's my favorite Travis.
Either
love
either of
Entourage.
the either
I
of the
love
two
Entourage
movies
and I
I've just
love him.
suggested are
Love
gonna
him.
cost people money unless they
All right, well, I'm going to be
do
sending
it.
$10 then for the MLB account if that's fine.
No. That's
Wait.
separate.
Wait, neither of these are free, or one of them is
No,
not?
neither of them is free.
Well,
My
you
third option
violated the rule.
Fuck you. Once upon a time in Mexico would be my last option.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why?
Not doing romantic chick flicks.
Absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely
it's not a fucking
No.
chick flick,
Romantic
you
chick flick.
dipshit.
Not a chick flick.
Yeah, it's an action movie.
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, they were married when they made the movie.
It's,
Wow, you do not know what you're talking about.
The real miracle of Hunter Killer is that Zach had never seen it because this guy has seen everything.
That was me. I'm like, when I asked him, I was like fully expecting him to give me a full review.
oh, that's sick, Zach. I'm so psyched.
But, well, you know why? I thought it was a
Time in
Netflix thing.
Mexico is
Shit,
with
once-
Johnny Depp, isn't it?
Once upon a time in Mexico would also cost
Eric
money.
said,
God
bro.
damn it.
Huh?
All right, I don't have a movie then. What the fuck?
Well, I'll take your turn then if you're not ready.
No, I'm ready. It's just like, what the fuck? Why aren't these available?
You prep.
I did prep. I liked these
2 weeks
movies.
ago was your turn.
I think it's. Is it?
I
on
got
the-
it. I got a suggestion.
Oh, no, you don't get to go. Sorry.
There you go.
No, I'm just kidding. I'd like to hear that.
Oh no.
I would suggest if you've never seen it, The Bone Collector.
Ooh, never have. Is that Morgan Freeman?
No, Denzel. I've seen it. I liked
I've
it,
seen
but it's
it.
been 20 years or whatever.
Also 1999. Interesting.
Wow. You
I
guys
think
are
I
going
saw
to
that in theaters.
Fucking Jimmy.
That's a
Butler.
pretty cool movie.
He's not coming back in. I'm telling you.
It's Angelina
I know that.
Jolie
Over,
too,
you
or
bitch.
Ooh,
think-
Luis
Yeah.
Guzman.
Yeah, well, both.
Hey,
both
Ben,
those
guess
teams
what?
are-
I played basketball at a higher level than you. I know how basketball works. Can you imagine? I know how the sport works. I
Oh,
know
I
he's
thought you
not
were-
coming back in.
I thought you were bitching because, you thought.
No, I hate him, and I want him dead.
all right, cut the
It's
basketball
like
talk
at the
here. We're
lowest,
talking
highest
movies here.
level.
Yeah, come on.
JB.
Leave listeners when you
This
guys
is
talk
the
about
movie
Jimmy Butler.
Shoehorn.
Yeah. Well, this is why.
Sorry.
This is what this podcast is for. This is how you shoehorn in a movie, guys. Let me tell you how, okay? Because so far, I'm not so satisfied with the shoehorning some of you other members have been
I'm
doing.
gonna bring it next week.
What does
Next
that
week's
mean?
my turn.
Yeah.
Who are you
know what
talking
that means.
to?
You fucking sadistic bastards living in your
You
dark.
guys want to talk? You want me to go through every movie we've reviewed because I have the list.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. And first movie we did, Thomas Crown Affair, as we mentioned. What did everyone?
Ooh.
Fantastic movie.
I
3 out
liked
of
it.
10.
Wow, I probably gave it a 6. I don't remember what I gave it. That movie.
Why don't you-
It was interesting. It was a good talk.
We need a historian.
Number
That-
2, The Place Beyond the Pines.
Yeah, that was a
That
fucking
was a
movie.
pretty good movie. I'm not gonna lie. That was a Ben selection. Good job, Ben.
Ben, yeah.
Was that
Well,
Ben's claims
he
it wasn't
denies
his suggestion?
He kind of
Yeah.
denies that.
Well, okay, it wasn't. No, it was not something that I actually wanted to watch or
Wasn't a
suggest. I just said like a bunch of movies I had.
Zach, let's get your reviews for these movies and if you've seen them, please.
Yeah. So
Thomas Crown Affair.
Thomas Crown Affair, I'd give it 5.5.
Okay. Pines.
My cup
Yeah,
of tea.
I love this quick review.
Place Beyond the Pines.
Place Beyond the Pines, I'd go around to 7.5.
Okay, because I know you've seen everything. 13th Warrior was the third selection by Hugo.
Yeah.
That
I'd give
was
that a
probably
solid 7.
Mm,
I liked 13th Warrior. It's a weird movie.
Hell yeah.
Different than you think it's gonna be. You expect there to be
yeah.
some monster, some mythical creature that they're fighting, and you find out they're just people.
Yeah, you find out
Um,
just a guy in a
Would've been
fucking
way better
shitty
if there
bear
was.
Guy in a bear
They're
costume
cannibals.
they're wearing. But
That
I
was-
like that movie. I like that movie a lot, actually.
I did not like that movie. I think I gave it a 2 out of 10.
You guys are crazy.
The fourth movie was selected by Shitty Beatles. I think everyone's unanimous favorite to this point.
Nope. No, I actually rewatched Nope after I argued with Wyatt. And I will admit I was wrong.
Okay.
It's a pretty damn good movie. I'd
Number
give that one
5. This was not very well received. This was my first selection. It was called Manos. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't. I've read about it, and it does not sound like something I would enjoy.
You probably
Some bullshit article popped up, today. I when I'm at work and just want to zone out for a few minutes, I click on MSN and just read their bullshit. And one of them is 10 things to watch on HBO Max this weekend. And Monos was on there. They were loving Monos.
It's a pretty good movie, but I think I can see why people don't like it at the same time. Anyways, number
Does
6.
anyone have Showtime? Can you check and see if Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is on Showtime?
I
Sure,
don't have
someone
Showtime.
do that for Ben. I'll continue. Number 6. This actually was worse than the 13th Warrior. Then this is the worst selection to date, in my opinion. It was Death to Smoochie by Ben.
Oh God, I
We're
haven't
not on a limb.
20 years, but no.
I remember people loving that movie back in the day, and that was one of those movies that I pretend I was like, oh yeah, I've seen it, blah blah.
I think that actually might be our. I think that it's got a cult following. I think because I
That's
think
what I mean.
that's our most watched video.
it
Why do you act
definitely
like cults are so good? I don't get that saying.
No, I'm
still
not
love
saying
that
it's
shit.
good.
like
You
right.
don't want to be in a cult?
5 out of 10.
How did that end up being the most watched video?
Because
Yeah.
like I said, it's
Controversial,
not
Ben.
only-
You know what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean Thomas Crown Affair had more views, but we shared it to our
Oh,
group,
shit.
so that was sort of fake. But other than that, Death to Smoochie has the most views by quite a bit.
And how many?
Woo!
We won't talk about that.
3 or 4.
17.
We won't.
views.
Oh, that's pretty. I was gonna say like 7. Okay.
Excuse me? 17?
Yeah, 17 views.
Random people have
Hey,
seen
get
us.
the. I don't know. I don't got a joke right now.
All
But
right,
get that money.
Get the lube.
Just
Number
to tell
seven.
you how big of a cult following or whatever that has, AI artificial 6 views.
All right, you're jumping ahead of
What?
my list.
All right,
These are controversial.
sorry.
Number 7, Banshees of Inisherin, the best movie to date.
Yeah.
Nope.
What was that one?
Oh,
Banshees of Inisherin.
Nope. Probably the worst.
No, I
Probably
don't-
the worst movie.
I
I
don't know
think.
what you're
I think
saying.
by far that was the worst movie.
It
I've
was
ever
an
Man,
seen.
Oscar
I hated
contender
that.
this
Yes,
year.
yes.
I hated
Kiss
that
Kiss
movie.
Bang Bang is not on Showtime.
I have
Okay,
not
thank
seen
you.
that movie.
Well, you should watch it. Number 8 was Manhunter. Have you seen Manhunter?
Woo!
Great movie.
Watch it. What?
I think that was either Nick or
It's
Wyatt.
a red. It's
That
a
was
red
Nick.
dragon made
was
in.
on a red
No, I've never seen that.
The
I'm
original
actually
Red
interested in seeing it.
starring William H. Peterson
It was
from
interesting.
CSI fame.
Yeah,
Number 9. This was actually one of my favorites as well. L.A. Confidential.
Hey.
I believe this
Yeah,
was
that's
cool.
actually a pretty good movie. That's a pretty good movie. I'd go like 7.5 for that.
That was a
Yeah,
Travis.
Zach's-
That was a good one by Travis.
Zach's another stingy reviewer.
That was a travesty review.
Travis.
Number 10 was Everything Ever All at Once. Did you see that one, Zach?
I've not seen that.
Don't bother.
Interesting.
Ben cried 7 times, apparently. Number 11, a Ben movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent,
No.
starring Nick Cage.
No.
Awful.
No.
movie.
No.
I disagree.
Number 12,
Yeah.
Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. Have you seen this one?
Oh.
Oh, that might be my favorite movie that you guys have reviewed.
It's a great one.
Honestly, I'd give that like a 9.
Well, thank you. That was my.
I loved that movie.
It's a good one. So a little too sad for everyone else here. Apparently, we need.
It's
Sad.
it's fucked
No,
up.
I loved it. I loved it. It was me, you, and Nick liked it. Ben and Wyatt didn't like it.
Hey, make a more worthless movie about worthless people that are
All
worthless.
right, all right. Well, then you'll love number 14, Eastern Promises. This was a very.
Speaking of
That was
worthlessness, other than
controversial.
Viggo Mortensen stuff.
No, I like that movie too. Not as good in my opinion. I'd go
Viggo
probably
Mortensen.
7, 8, or 8.
All right. And then obviously we just did Hunter Killer, but last week number 14 was Artificial Intelligence. Another fantastic selection.
Thank you.
I
Thank
haven't-
you.
I
One of
haven't
the worst
watched it,
movies I've ever seen in my life.
but I
Yeah, that was
don't
pretty bad.
liking it a lot.
It was
Maybe
a
I-
beautiful
all right, I
pile of
guess-
shit.
Let me see.
It was
if I can
like-
come up with anything else.
Spicy one to date.
It was like, let's waste Steven Spielberg. Let's just waste him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or let's use Haley Joel Osment in his prime to the
Let's just
best of our
in his prime. In his prime. In
Yes,
his
in
prime,
his
guys. Do you remember Mark Madsen's prime? Yeah, it was pretty short lived. He didn't have a prime
Who?
because he was a 6-year-old child who couldn't
Who's that?
act.
Who
Who's
is
that?
Mark?
Like
Just some
Airbud
random-
or something?
Mark Mad Dog Madsen. He was a white basketball player. Just a worthless talent who no one knows about, kind of like Haley Joel Osment.
HJO? No, he speaks out.
Yeah, he has an acronym. I'm so sure of it. Yeah, and he comes back hard in Entourage, the
man.
movie. He comes back hard in terms of he ate
I was
a
just
lot
gonna
of
say,
food.
how can you badmouth Haley when
In
he's
the
in
mean-
Entourage?
Hey guys, I did the Sixth Sense, and then I ate a bunch of food, and then 34 years later, I did the Entourage movie.
Also, he's
Fuck off.
funny in Silicon Valley. He's great.
He's great in Silicon Valley. I think you're confusing that. I don't think was he in that?
He was.
Okay, no.
It was like he's comedic.
All right, but
and
those
become
are the
big time
past.
person.
We're moving forward.
That's the past. We're moving. You are up. It is week 17 or 16. What's the selection? Is it Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? Is it the con or whatever you said?
I mean, I don't know how to. Can one person pay for it?
Russ gave you 20 minutes of buffer. You
Yeah,
don't.
and
I
it
can
didn't,
bootleg
it didn't give me
anything,
anywhere.
man. I
'Cause,
don't
I don't
get
have
you
random
guys.
movies that I just want to watch.
Oh my God.
Well,
even
I
have
mean,
Xbox?
the Bone Collector is free.
I don't want to
Probably.
watch
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Reason I don't trust this.
Always
Zach.
has been. Isn't that what a vagina's called?
It's an
Howza!
watch.
I came up with 3 fucking movies, and none of them are free to watch.
To see
Well,
how
you
you
could
guys
pay us to watch them.
Episode 1,
Oh,
season
why
1.
don't I pay to
Seinfeld.
watch it, and everyone else just fucking watches it off of my account or some shit?
Hell yeah, dude. We'll all get up
You're
on
not
there,
gonna
brother.
charge $10 to watch it.
What?
What?
You're not gonna make me pay $10 like you are on TV with your free account.
All right, you're about to get no MLB TV, bro.
30 cock from your son.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that blows dick.
Well, Ben, what was the first one you recommended? Because I don't mind paying sometimes.
Ravenous.
That's my vote.
I wouldn't mind rewatching it.
I'd rather watch Kiss
it's
Kiss
classified
Bang Bang
as
than
a horror
movie called
western, but
Ravenous.
Yeah, Wyatt's not gonna be happy with Ravenous.
I know,
Cannibals, Civil War cannibals.
Hey, maybe it's like Hunter Killer. You've never heard of it, but for a reason. But because it's about cannibals and it sounds really stupid. But
I mean, I will watch Ravenous, and I think I'd like to watch it. I like that it's on the list. I kind of feeling Kiss Kiss Bang Bang this time, though.
yeah, I kind of.
I'd love to watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but like I said, you're gonna. There's only one. I thought it was on something for free before, but it's not anymore.
Well,
Make the call.
Ben, just fucking do it, man. Tell us what to watch and don't make it Ravenous.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Why?
I think that's 3. Zach, are you coming back next week? Do you want to watch one of these movies?
Aloud? I'll watch that.
Yeah, I'll watch one.
Zach, get in the group with us, my man.
All
It
right,
was
well,
great.
which one do you want to watch?
Zach watches more movies than anyone here. He's got to
Yeah.
join.
That's a
I've been
fucking
saying he
connoisseur.
should be on the podcast for a while. I've wanted a lot of people on the podcast.
I've seen
The
Kiss Kiss Bang.
podcast?
It's been a while, but I really liked that
I swear
movie.
I've seen it too, but I really need to rewatch it.
I would like to watch something that I haven't seen, honestly.
Mm.
I haven't seen either, so I'm down. And we'll just have to figure out a way to watch this, either pay for it or bootleg it. Maybe Wyatt can help us bootleg this.
Yeah,
We
what do you
could
want
also
to
have
watch?
movie night at Ben's.
Which movie's this?
Kiss Kiss?
KKBB.
Yeah, you guys got an Xbox, right? Or something with online interaction?
I wasted
Do
$60
you
on
get to go on the internet with it if you don't have an Xbox Live membership?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Still
You
has
just can't play
internet.
games.
You know how much money I wasted on FIFA 23 because I thought I could play with you Xbox guys? Do you remember that? So mad about that still?
It's
Yeah,
so
I never got
easy.
around to buying that, did I?
Oh, come on, guys. We're supposed to have a league going.
That shit is so
Alright.
fun.
Jason,
All right, well,
Jason,
I'll
Nick,
pay-
and I
I'll
did
pay to
some of that
watch
shit.
that.
It was fun.
It is
I'd
fun.
pay to watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang because that's a movie I could even watch with Kelsey. And she
All right,
might-
well, let's just make the decision. Kiss, Kiss, Bang, Bang. We can figure out how we're going to do it off the screen. But viewers at home, go ahead and watch Kiss, Kiss, Bang, Bang.
Yeah, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought of Hunter Killer. What did you give it out of 10? What did you give the Thomas Crown Affair out of 10? What did you give
Oh, jeez.
the 13th Warrior out of 10? What did you give the
Give
Umbrella
us-
of Talent out of 10?
Give us a whole backlog of comments. We could use some.
We could use some of your thoughts. What did you think of Zach's debut? Did you like him? Did you not like him? Is
Yeah.
he better than
Who's
me?
your favorite movie shoehorner?
Oh,
What did you
that
think
would
of my
be-
intro? Because no one said anything about it. They just moved right on from it, and I put a lot of work into it.
Well, we were all laughing. Isn't that the
Well,
reaction you
were
really
laughing
want?
at me or at me? Because I was
was-
reading my script and I couldn't tell.
I was laughing at it with you.
You know what? I'm done doing intros. How about that?
No, I like that intro a lot, Eric.
Yeah,
That was
Eric,
great.
Eric, you're a hell of a talent. Don't let anyone put you down, man.
Yeah.
I'm the Joe Glass of this ship. I
Yeah, we fucking know, dude. I would
missed
never
7
deny that.
Wimbledons down here. I don't know who the current Masters champion is.
Yeah.
I don't breathe water.
Yeah.
I missed
All
5
that
Super Bowls doing the Marty
I
Shoehorn.
don't know. That was one of my favorite parts. I missed the last 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
My
That
dad's
was,
funeral.
that was ridiculous.
Yeah, what a statement. Like, okay, cool. Some people don't like football. Like, what the fuck?
You're in the military. You don't get.
Yeah. Get a life, dude. You
Yo.
have one.
Maybe stop hunting in Greenland, Joe.
Oh,
the
was he
bow and
in
arrow.
Greenland? Was that a connection? Was that a connection to Greenland?
It's a
That's
shared
what-
universe. All right, signing off, everybody.
All right, Trav. See you, brother.
Kiss